Welcome to the GCN Show.
Coming up this week, what single thing could make cycling better? To beat the current crisis, or at least a small part of it anyway, we're wondering how to get and keep more people on bikes.
We also saw pro cyclists back outside for the first time. And quite possibly the biggest cargo bike I have ever seen. We also take a look at the new UCI race calendar. And do you know what, Si? There's going to be a special guest on the show this week.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Brother-in-law Nigel, he's back.
Nigel!
Yeah. This week in the world of cycling, a new race day was born. Super Sunday. Yep, on the 25th of October 2020, we will see not one but two Paris-Roubaix, the final stage of the Giro d'Italia, and the Queen stage of the Vuelta a España, all on the same day.
I cannot wait, mate. Although, let it be said, if it's raining in northern France that day, you can forget about the Giro, you can forget about the Vuelta. I want to watch a muddy Paris-Roubaix. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think I'll join you on that one, Si, actually. And also, one thing we learnt this week is that cycling may actually really benefit from a post-coronavirus world.
Well, that's right. Certainly if the UK here is only to go by, because the government has just committed £2 billion to try to double the amount of cyclists on the road in the coming years. Basically, I think they've done the maths, haven't they, about social distancing and transport, and they've realised that pedal power and pedestrians are about the only hope that towns and cities have of still being able to function.
Yeah, definitely. But one thing they haven't factored in is this. Social distancing, travelling and exercise all wrapped in as one.
There you go. The way to beat coronavirus is a two-person cycling traffic jam. Anyway, jokes aside, there was a great article on BikeBiz actually that showed how London may end up seeing a tenfold increase in the number of kilometres cycled as a result of these measures. And so a plan has duly been put forward that would see pavements being widened, certain shopping streets closed to cars, parking spaces being turned into bike lanes, plus a whole host of other things. And these are measures that may be unique to London at the moment, but I'm pretty sure we're seeing rolled out in cities worldwide.
Yeah, and I do think the biggest push to get people on bikes will actually be the fear of coronavirus itself. But those measures are definitely going to help. But to increase the numbers of cyclists by almost double is a big ask, not to mention increase the numbers of cyclists tenfold. However, Si, what do you think will be that single thing which will actually encourage people to go out and get on their bikes?
Whoa, that is an interesting question, isn't it? One thing that would make cycling so good everyone did it. Well, I tell you what, actually, segregated bike lanes is a pretty simple place to start, isn't it? We've seen that it works in places like the Netherlands and in Denmark, having a safe place for people to ride that's away from cars and lorries. But actually, if I'm completely honest, what's been so nice about the last couple of months from a cycling perspective anyway, is just the lack of any kind of traffic on the roads currently. So it's not just the cycling experience, but the whole urban environment has been nicer. It's been less polluted, it's been quieter, as well as being safer. That for me would make the biggest difference.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is though, if we are going to continue like this, what about the lorries? We're still going to need lorries to transport goods. But maybe not. Why don't we just get a really big cargo bike for everyone? Like this guy. I mean, check this out, Si. This is pretty impressive. 380 kilograms of compost being transported there. And that is by the Cyclo-Composteurs Strasbourg. I mean, I just think that's amazing.
That is
impressive.
Mighty impressive, isn't it? Yeah, more storage space on that thing than in the back of a vintage Ford Focus estate, and that is saying something. Although what that bike doesn't have, Connor, is a faux walnut dash. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, that would really make it, I think.
Yeah,
but I think we're going to need some better bike parking infrastructure, if you ask me, especially if we're going to be riding bikes as big as that one.
That is true. That is absolutely true. I tell you what, though, we are going to have to address the elephant in the room as well, aren't we? The weather. Because the onset of coronavirus for the majority of us is coming at the outset of winter and the beginning of spring. And certainly here in the UK, bizarrely, we've seen pretty much the driest spell that I can remember, almost. And so I do wonder whether this newfound enthusiasm for cycling is linked inextricably to sunshine.
So what you're saying is the single biggest thing that's going to encourage people to get out on their bike site is sunshine.
Well, yes. No. I mean, yes. Well, certainly maybe here in the UK, like just a nationwide umbrella would help on some days, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a good shout actually, Si. But the thing is, Amsterdam has terrible weather and they all cycle a lot.
True.
So do people in Copenhagen and Stockholm.
Yeah.
Better cycling infrastructure will help, but also mud guards. Full covered mudguards, that's what I'm saying, Si. And a rain jacket. That'll solve the problem and everyone will stop whinging about the weather then, won't they?
Well, yeah, fair enough, Connor, and spoken like a true Irishman.
I don't know what you're saying, Si. Never get any rain round here. Blue skies every day.
Oh, yeah.
But I tell you what about if we just gave everyone 200 watts to their FTP? Surely that would encourage everyone to get out on their bikes. If we're all fitter and faster,
well,
we'd be out
yeah,
riding every day.
That is definitely true, but you could just get people riding e-bikes instead. And actually, I don't think my problem is necessarily FTP related. It's more about sweating, because it's all very well riding in nice sunny weather, but if every time I get to my destination it looks like I've already ridden through a monsoon on the way there, it's just not much help, is it?
I don't know, Si. I think you might be a special case here. Just to say that sweating is going to discourage us from cycling. Come on.
Well, yeah, okay. Maybe a little bit of discouragement. But the e-bike thing, though, certainly, that could genuinely be a bit of a game changer here. And actually, there's an awful lot of people ahead of us on this. This article on BikeBiz points out.
Yeah, this is a graph of how many times people search for the term e-bike on Google over the last 5 years. And just look at that spike at the end there. Cycling tech could be the answer, couldn't it, Si? How about discounted bikes or maybe a super bike for everyone?
Yeah, you might be part of the way there, certainly. Although maybe bike servicing, free servicing would probably help the majority of people, because the trouble is, your average super bike is probably less comfortable for pootling to the shops than your average town bike, isn't it? And as we've already established, mudguards are going to be essential if we want this to be a year-round uptake in cycling. And I just don't think mudguards look great on Pinarello F12s, Connor.
I tell you what though, Si, if I was being given a Pinarello F12 for free, I would put mudguards on it. I'd put those mudguards straight on it. Be great if we do manage to boost worldwide cycling numbers though, Si, don't you think? Imagine going into work every day on a wide, segregated bike road. Not a bike path, a bike road.
That would be a dream, wouldn't it? And maybe that is the future. Although, obviously, given that this is about social distancing in the short to medium term, we will, of course, be abiding by time trial rules. So no drafting for that bit. But anyway, let us know what you think. All jokes aside, genuinely, what would be the single thing that we could do that would try and get more people into bikes at the moment, make cycling more attractive? And yes, sweating less could well be one of those things. So I guess that'd be industrial strength antiperspirants. Stick your comments in the comment section down below. We always love reading them. Now, just going to move swiftly on for one moment, because it is, of course, Giro fever at the moment on Eurosport, on the GCN app, and here on GCN as well. Not Giro fever as we normally know it, but certainly Giro fever.
Oh, Si, I'm so excited by all this. We've already shown 2 stages at the weekend with Giovanni's epic mountain win in atrocious conditions, and we had that infamous descent by Luca Paolini when he absolutely flew down to take the win. Oh, it was exciting stuff. But it got me thinking, Si, would you rather watch a race on the Zoncolan or the Stelvio? It's a tough question.
Oh, it is a tough question, isn't it? You know, it took 2,500 people 5 years to build the Stelvio, Connor?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, actually, Si, I did know that. Yeah. Built between 1820 and 1825. The engineer in charge of the project, Carlo Domigani, spent a whole year just planning how to build the thing.
Yeah, that's right, Connor. Fair play. Anyway, we actually don't need to choose between the Stelvio and the Zoncolan, because we're showing both this week. And if you missed them, of course, all of these Giro classics are on demand. on the GCN app until the end of June, I think. And these are worldwide as well, let me stress.
Yeah, and another little cheeky fact for you, Si. Did you know a cheese is made on the slopes of Stelvio? It's called the Stelvio.
Really?
Yeah, Stelvio AOP. See, cheeky little nuggets like these, that's the reason you hired me, isn't it, Si?
That is true. That is true. Now, just in case you are new to the app, I don't think there's quite so much cheese knowledge on there as there is on the GCN show today. But a few of you are asking how you get to it. So here is the GCN app. That's my homepage. It's that little Race TV button just there. So click on that, and that's how you get through to all the good stuff, plus the Zwift Tour for All that's already been on. And so yeah, that is on demand at the moment, which is cool. And actually that button tells me that we're currently live as well. So could have shown you a bit of Dan Lloyd there, but I won't. Right then, this is that point of the show where traditionally over the last few weeks we've been checking in on the 4 weeks of fitness. Now that is over, but we of course have to just do a little quick recap of some of the results. Thank you very much. Now, the 4 weeks of fitness has unfortunately come to... The 4 weeks of fitness... The 4 weeks of fitness has unfortunately come to an end. If you haven't seen the video from last Friday where I actually have to do my final test, well, I'll fill you in on the details. Fortunately, there was a positive ending. My average power up the Zwift Epic KOM increased from 359 watts up to 381 watts. So I was super chuffed with that. And bear in mind, it's off 2 structured workouts a week, 1 Zwift race and 1 other ride. So 4 hours of training, showing just how effective structured workouts and high intensity can really be. So over the moon with that one. Now, it wasn't just me from GCN doing it. Loads of my international colleagues were doing it as well. So a quick rundown of their results. Mario Vox from GCN Germany posted a 26 watt increase. Sebastian Haydo, 17 watt increase. The big winner was Giorgio Brambilla of GCN Italia, who saw a 66 watt improvement, which is utterly bonkers. That's the kind of trainability that's up there with Daniel Lloyd, some serious natural talent going on. I also asked you in the comments to let me know how you got on, and it was so cool reading just how many people had seen a significant increase in their FTP. So Brian Kavanagh went from 242 watts to 278, Cosmo CSS from 192 to 217, Farik Azahar went from 183 to 201, and Tim Wagstaff went from 188 to 244 in lockdown, which is super cool, isn't it? Unfortunately for Tim though, he hasn't had quite so much luck with his alliums this year. So I'm really sorry to hear that, Tim. This is an allium. It's a relative of the garlic and onion families, native to Iran and Kyrgyzstan, would you believe? And this particular variety, which is incredibly striking, I think you'll have to agree, is Allium hollandicum, or purple sensation. And it's quite the star of any springtime garden. Now, one person who has clearly seen the benefits of indoor training is Ashley Moorman-Passio of CCC Live. She dominated 3 stages of the recent Zwift Tour for All, winning them in frankly crushing fashion. But on her first day out of lockdown at home in Spain, translated that form out onto the road. She's made a brilliant video about it. We'll put the link to the description. It's on Roca Corba Cycling. But here is a preview.
I mean, at first I was a bit nervous to get involved in Zwift racing because, it was an unknown to me. Really kept it a game, not just about numbers. It's super intense. You just have to be ready. It's a tough climb, and it's also, for me, the special part of Roca Corba is, it's not one of these super majestic climbs where every corner you take, it's a beautiful view. Keeps it secret to the end. So you have to work really hard, but when you get to the top, the view is worth it. With all the uncertainty, my motivation was to work on bettering my Roca Corba Strava time. And Zwift definitely helped me to continue to train hard, to put in the hard work.
It's now time for our weekly inspiration, where you guys send in your photos and videos of your inspirational rides out there on your bikes. Oh, I love this section, Si.
Absolutely, yeah. Just upload those inspirational gems through the GCN app for your chance to win Third place this week, again winning a chill out bundle of some serious GCN goodies, is Patrick Cullen over in Ireland. Connor, close to you, mate, I think. Check this photo of Sally Gap. I'll leave you to pronounce the Gaelic. Give it a go, mate.
Yeah, my Irish isn't the greatest, Si. Stacey will kill me if I try and pronounce that.
Come on, mate.
No,
can't get out of it. Former Irish national champ. Go on.
I know the Irish will not be liking it.
All right, anyway, you've squirmed enough. That is just a cracker of a photo, isn't it?
Yeah, in second place we have Ben Leedham, and he's finally managed to get back home to London after months working in Scotland. Straight out for a ride. Reached a river, the roads were deserted. It was a surreal experience with the sun dropping behind Big Ben. A special one-off moment I had to capture. And
that is insane, isn't it?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Right then, that means first prize is the last thing to get awarded this week. As always,
I like this.
Okay, this is sent in by Creeber49. Another unreal morning for it here in rural Victoria in Australia. Oh my word! Look at that. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I'd like to say I could get up for sunrise if it looked like that, but I don't think I could at the moment. Sunrise is just a little bit early. But yeah, fair play. A worthy winner of GCN Inspiration there. If you would like to be in with a shout at winning one of 3 great prizes and a monster shout out on the GCN show next week, then upload your inspirational gems to the GCN app.
It's now time for cycling shorts.
Cycling shorts now, and we're going to start with the news that the UCI last week launched their new racing calendar for 2020, which includes a women's Paris-Roubaix.
Oh, yes, finally. The new race calendar was announced by the UCI last week. And finally, we have some semi-concrete plans, some races to look forward to, and riders can start planning their return to these races.
That's right, the date for your diaries is August the 1st, where basically things pick up where they left off with a men's and a women's Strada Bianca. Milan de San Remo follows a week later, and then the Tour de France this year is going to be the first Grand Tour of the year, but it's going to take place in the spot normally occupied by the Vuelta, so end of August into September.
Yes, and I think the big takeaways from this new calendar are the fact that we'll have 2 overlapping Grand Tours, with the Giro and the Vuelta overlapping by a whole week actually. And at that same time, we'll also have Paris-Roubaix, giving rise to what we talked about earlier in the show, this Super Sunday.
It's going to be super interesting to see who is crowned the first ever winner of the women's Paris-Roubaix. Such a unique discipline, isn't it, in the men's calendar? I'm going to go with Marianne Vos, probably, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, that's the 25th of October as well, part of that new Women's World Tour calendar as well.
ASO also seemed to insinuate that we'll soon see a women's Tour de France. Christian Prudhomme stated that it will be stepping up women's racing in the future. And it seems to be that 2022 will be the year where we finally see a women's Tour de France. Fingers crossed. The ASO boss said that the women's race will most likely start after the men's race. We also saw Peter Sagan take to Zwift for the first time. When he spoke to the media previously, he was as philosophical as ever, stating that he is a real rider, not a virtual one. However, Sagan has finally got on the virtual platform with his brother Ooyy, doing a social ride with their team sponsors. Looking pretty good as well.
Well, there you go. Slightly ironic timing, given that lockdown has finished for most pro cyclists, certainly those based in Spain and Italy, huh?
Now, Si, I really like this little map here. This is from Cycling Challenge on Twitter. Now, you see, here in Ireland, I'm only permitted to ride my bike in a 5-kilometre radius. Ride my bike or take any little bit of exercise, actually. And you see this guy, he can ride up to 100k from home, and he has this radius. I mean, what do you think to that?
That is a pretty epic set of climbs in your backyard, aren't they? Like, what's he got on there? Like Mont du Chat, Courmet de Roselin. That's fantastic. Although he is moaning about not having the Galibier within 100k. So yeah, I guess it's not quite all in his backyard, but almost.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got climbs as epic as that right near you, I guess you can afford to be a little bit fussy. But yeah, I mean, where I am in Ireland, I like, because I have got some really nice roads actually in my 5-kilometre radius. I mean, I've got Seskin Hill, which comes just up out of the back of Carrick-on-Suir. Whoop,
That's
whoop.
a classic.
Shout out to Carrick. Yeah, you raced up that, have you, Si?
I have, mate. Yeah, it wasn't a good day, so let's move swiftly on.
It is a great climb though. I've suffered up it a lot as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking. So, if you could ride your bike anywhere in the world at the moment, but let's say it's a 10-kilometre radius, where would you choose? Where do you reckon is the best place?
My word. Oh, that is
Tough,
a tough
isn't it?
one, isn't it? To be fair, I'd probably go somewhere in France. And it'd be like the Pyrenean foothills or something like that. So I didn't have to go up massive climbs. Like sometimes you just want 4K, 5K long climbs, don't you? And loads of forests and woodland. I think that'd be my shout. And decent weather too.
Yeah, that's a good shout, to be fair. But I was thinking about it, I think I should go for Col de Torini, just out the back of Nice in the Alps Maritime.
Oh, nice.
So you've got 3 ascents of Col de Torini. I'm saying about 10k. And you've also got another ascent at the top of Col de Torini. You can go to a ring road, which is above 2,000 metres.
Wow.
So, you got a lot of nice roads there in a 10-kilometre radius. So that's my shout, Col de Torini.
All right, man. I'm just going to add that one to my bucket list now, actually. Yeah, very good shout. I tell you what, I'd be super interested to hear from you, the viewers, as to where you think the ultimate place to be. We should maybe revisit this in a future show, Connor. That's a great shout. Right, so before we leave Cycling Shorts, 2 last quick bits of tech news. Colnago, the super prestigious Italian bike brand, has just been bought by an equity company called Chimera. And apparently Ernesto Colnago will stay on, of course, as the figurehead and running the company. But that's an interesting turn of events, that I think, isn't it? Perhaps it's been on the cards for a while, but still. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Si, I also found this. Now, I think this is probably my favourite news of the whole week, if I'm honest. Now, an inventor has secured backing for a trike which fits to the side of a bicycle. And it helps anyone who may not be able to ride a bike in the past to experience the joys of cycling. You can fit a wheelchair onto the trike. So I just think this is absolutely amazing. It's brilliant.
That's
and anything,
super cool.
yeah, anything that gets people who haven't experienced cycling before to experience it is a major good shout, in my opinion.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, big thumbs up for that all round. A few weeks ago, we gave you the opportunity of winning one of 3 Topeak track pumps, and it's finally results time. So pay attention. We've got 3 lucky winners for you. Winning the Topeak Joe Blow Sport Digital is Felipe Lopez from Portugal. Winning the Super Premium Joe Blow Pro Digital was Michael Pape from Canada. And then winning this, the Topeak Joe Blow Sport 2 Stage, where it's got this nifty little switch that goes from super high volume to super high pressure, is Didier Messina of Belgium. Now, Didier, we will send you a brand new version as opposed to this one that I may well have been using quite a lot over the last few weeks. It's time now for hack/Bodge of the week.
So I've got a little confession actually. Don't actually need you for this section.
What? You don't need me for this section? What do you mean?
Yeah. I've got a special guest for it. It's time for brother-in-law Nigel. And here he is. Yep, wheeled him out of the shed, folks. Even still got his t-shirt and everything. Did you give it a wash?
No.
Oh, could have at least given it an iron or something.
Yeah, iron what's valuable to me.
Well, we've got you involved Hack or Bodge, Nigel. Do you know what Hack or Bodge is?
No.
Okay, basically people upload their photos to the GCN app and it's kind of like they've either done a good job on a bit of a DIY project on the bike or they've like bodged it.
Okay.
So you're going to be our judge today. You alright with that?
Hack or Bodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, seems okay. Yeah, seems simple.
I think Si says we have to do a slash as well, but I'm new to this, so I don't know.
What's that?
Hack or Bodge.
Oh no. No. I'm not doing that.
Okay, well, Nigel's limitations only go so far.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Anyway, we'll kick things off. So this is the first upload. It's from Shebra. Now, this is sort of an improvised iPhone holder on their bike, and I think this is pretty smart. I think this is a hack, if you ask me.
Hack is good or bad?
Hack's good. Yeah. Hack's
Yeah, you
good.
got that hack.
Okay, yeah, right. Hack.
It's very good.
Hack for Shebra, and
It's very impressive.
the audience agrees with us, Nigel. 87% on the GCN app. So yeah, fair play. That's a solid hack. So the next one on Hack or Bodge. This was spotted on the way to work. Good try, and this was uploaded by Doug Pearson. Thanks for sending this one in. So Nigel, what do you make of this? Hack or Bodge? I don't even know where to begin. I'm gonna say hack because it's very creative.
It looks like...
Do you understand what it is?
I think I do, but it looks like what a migraine feels like.
They've kind of jumbled up
Kind of.
the bike on the pavement.
Kind of.
I mean, it's taking a lot of work to do that.
But what's the point of it? It's...
That causes people to stop and ponder for the day.
You want them to stop... I'm assuming that's a cycle path.
Yeah.
You want them to stop in the middle of a cycle path.
Yeah,
Why?
okay, yeah, that's maybe not the best idea, actually, is it?
Really stupid looking.
Okay, right, Nigel swaying me to a bodge.
Yeah, Bodge, it's... what's the point of it?
Well, just art. Stop and
Art.
appreciate it. Art, yeah.
Art.
Well, half that, you see the back wheel and the front wheel, so what's that telling you? What's its meaning?
Art... what?
What's the meaning of the art?
No meaning here, I think. Is art something that, you know, yeah, you're meant to enjoy it, I guess, and ultimately try and sell it. Who's going to buy that?
Okay, yeah, bodge.
Bodge, terrible.
I mean, Banksy would disagree, but...
Who made it? We don't know. Someone saw someone who made
Doug
it.
Pearson, yeah, he
Doug did
spotted
to make
it.
it.
Yeah.
Doug would be ashamed of himself if he made that.
And then actually, yeah, the audience agrees with us.
Bodge,
76% bodge.
Definitely,
but
yeah.
I'm still siding a bit with the 24% who said hack, because I think that's kind of like a Banksy style, a bit of art.
If Banksy starts doing those, he's going to be out of business pretty quick.
Right, next one. And who's this been sent in by? This is sent in by GM.Trud13. And they have a 3D printed jockey wheel valve quartal. I got tired of the tiny valve quartals that are hard to find and easy to lose, so I designed my own and made it look like a derailleur jockey wheel, because why not? 2 slots to use and paracord to attach to a clip or for emergencies.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, no, hack. Definite hack. 84% agree with us on the GCN app as
A
well.
lot of the audience seem to have 3D printers.
I know.
Yeah.
We haven't delved into 3D printing, have we, Nigel?
No.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Yeah.
We'll get to the drawing board on that one.
Yeah.
Get to the drawing board on.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, right. Next up, brother-in-law Nigel, what do you think of this one? Let's see. Homemade Zwift setup. Now, we might have to explain what Zwift is to
I know
brother-in-law.
what Zwift is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
You did your research?
No.
It's a homemade Zwift setup. Not being able to find a setup to suit my needs, I decided to salvage the old scrapwood and ply from the garage to make this. And I'm just looking at the first photo here. I can't quite figure out
You know,
what...
You go back. Look. Laptop mount, bottle holders.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing it now. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
anyway, is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Stand.
Yeah. No, it's pretty smart, actually.
That's pretty decent, yeah.
Nice white page, yeah, hack.
Well, he's placed it in a nice part of his house there too, where it
Yeah.
matches the colours. And
Oh, you like the colours.
it looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hack, and GCN audience agree with us again. We haven't had any disagreements with them. 93%.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a big win. Big win.
Again, you should try and sell him.
He should, yeah. So this one has been sent in by Beckart Tim. Oh, this could be interesting. This could be a controversial one, Nigel, now. This is a light frame, lighter than any other.
So he says. It's cool, I guess.
I think we need more information, because I'd say that's a hack if it swivels.
Yeah, that's yeah.
If it swivels on the wall, that's a hack. But at the moment, it's just, that would get in the way of me, firstly. It's a lot of...
You'd want to really like bikes.
Yeah.
I guess, you know, considering the audience.
Yeah. Nice, but I'm just concerned about hitting my head on it.
That's the concern that you have that most others don't.
Yeah, so for me, I'm saying bodge, because it's just getting in the way for my head.
I'll go hack.
Oh, Nigel's going to hack Tim. Nigel likes it. So it's a split decision.
Bodge kind of signifies it's been done roughly. It, you know, it's a...
It's a frame
makeshift
as
fix.
a light shade, though, Nigel.
Yeah, but it's grand.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, Nigel's gone hack. Fair enough. And what do the audience think? Oh, the audience actually think it's a hack. 79%. So yeah, I've been ruled out on this one.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't put it in my own house. I won't buy that from Tim.
You wouldn't buy that?
No.
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 Right, and that's it. That's everyone's uploads.
Okay.
Download the GCN app now and check out the following weeks. It'll be interesting to see. We might have to get Nigel involved again. What do you reckon? You're not busy next week, are you?
It's a pandemic. We're in lockdown. No.
No, I'm not busy, no.
I'm not busy. I've cut the grass like 4 times in the last week.
4 times? Why can't I cut the grass?
You know why?
Well, I tell you what, mate, Nigel should probably be a bit of a regular fixture on the GCN show. Genius. as always, in fact. On now to Caption Competition, that part of the show where you can get your hands on a GCN Elite water bottle, much coveted. What you have to do is write a witty caption to a photo that we're about to give you and stick it in the comments section down below. Of course, we will start with the results from last week. As always, we gave you a picture of Carlos Sastre, minus a back wheel. We had some classic entries, didn't we, Connor? It was a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one, and I don't know what was going through his head there, but as I said last week, I think I'd have been happy to get a puncture in at that point in the race. It's an excuse, isn't it?
The winner. It's a very good one. The winner of the coveted Elite water bottle is Tim Bishop with this caption: "This is just a disaster."
Brilliant.
Genius.
It's just simple but elegant and genius. So fair play.
Absolutely. Right. What's our photo this week, Connor?
So, photo this week, we've got Mark Cavendish and Elia Viviani on the podium, stage 1 of Tour of Turkey. And Cavendish has got, well, a brilliant prize, if you ask me. So
he's got a lot of bananas, hasn't he? Basically.
He has. Yeah, he has. And I think what I'm going for on this one, Si, I'm going to say, so Elia Viviani's just thinking, when am I going to be top banana?
It's simple. It's a bit crap, but I mean, that's how we roll, isn't it? Basically, on GCN. I like it, Connor. I think we're going to go with that as our
right.
I'll get you starter. I'm not going to even enter this week.
I'm looking forward to seeing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what people think to this one though, because there's a lot of possibilities. I think from this.
Well, there are. So. It's that rogue hand coming in from the left of shot. That's the one I think we need to track down whose hand that is and why they're holding Mark Cavendish's bananas. Anyway, that's enough clues for now. We will enjoy reading these captions. We'll check back in next week.
Right, now it's that time for comment of the week. I love this point of the show. Just great to hear some of the genius that the GCN fans come out with.
Absolutely.
So we're going to start off.
Much better banter than we've got, Connor.
Yeah. We'll start off anyway, Si, with Random. I think I've pronounced that wrong. But anyway, his comment is, Giro d'Italia might be tough, but if you ask Hank, it's clearly not as difficult as Italian pronunciation.
True that.
I feel like I can't laugh at this one, Si, because I'm getting caught out a little bit now. It's Giro month with a bit of Italian pronunciation as well. So
to be fair, mate, you got caught out with Gaelic a moment ago, didn't you? So you definitely haven't got a leg to stand on. I like this one from Matt Vernon under last week's show. Great to see Connor present the GCN show. Isn't it just? But why are he and Si sporting the same hair? Is it a new addition in the GCN shop? And also, this bit I didn't like quite so much, Matt. When Si was talking outside with the pigeon, I never realised he had such a grey patch. I take you're referring to my hair as opposed to the pigeon. But yeah, it's true. What can I say, mate? It's lockdown. It's just it's just taking its toll, isn't it? I'm going to look like that X-Man soon that's got a white streak, probably.
I'd blame the cameraman side. Maybe they got the colouring wrong on the camera or something,
Probably, yeah. Basically, yeah. Right, what's up next, Connor?
We've got a comment here from Panos Peter Pan, and they've said, no Mortarolo, no Zoncolan, no Stelvio, no Sienna Steep Entrance, not Mero di Somano. Go home, Connor, you're drunk. Panos, I am home. I'm sorry, I'm already home. But I know, that's the thing with Italy, there's so many amazing climbs, it's hard to actually choose 10. There's just, you do 100 and it'll still be a controversial list.
Alright, next up, I was chuckling very much at the comments under 4 weeks of fitness, and there's a certain theme running. Dave Pratt, doesn't GCN have new kit? Steve Murphy, I thought GCN had new kit, I'm sure I saw Dan wearing it. Followed by Chaz Pix Everesting, loving the retro kit side. Thank you very much, all of you lot, for just bringing it home one more time that I don't have the new kit. But neither do you, Connor, so we can sympathise with you. Presumably you don't have the new kit yet, do you?
No, sorry.
Okay,
no,
that's all right. I thought for a minute there you were about to say, yeah, mate, I've got the whole lot, it's brilliant. Anyway.
I got a wetsuit though, so I'm going to get involved with GTN sometime when it's possible.
Great.
So.
Right, let's end the GCN show here and now, shall we? No, we still need to tell you what is coming up on the channel. So on Wednesday, we've got how to make the early break. Thursday, we've got best Giro rivalries. On Friday, another Giro video. Giro Legends. It's Gilberto Simoni this time. Now that is a classic Giro name from recent times, isn't it? Saturday, it's one of yours, Connor, isn't it? Can you learn to wheelie in a day? Which I cannot wait to see. I'm assuming Nigel's going to help you.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, we've got the GCN story coming up for you. So a little bit of reminiscing, a bit of behind the scenes. One thing we should also point out as well, you've been waiting very patiently for what happens if you do an FTP test every day for a week. If you blinked, you will have missed it. It was up and it's now down again. Basically, we're responding to some of the comments who felt like we've missed some crucial details in there. So frankly, we're going to just do a little bit of jigging around, a bit of a re-edit, and we will upload it for you. So hopefully address those concerns, and the rest of you can then watch it, because it is a banger of a vid, and it's also, as you might imagine, an awful lot of effort goes into making that one. So anyway, stay tuned, because that will be coming up for you very soon.
Right, that's it for another week of the GCN show. Thank you everyone for watching. I've really enjoyed it this week actually, and it's been great to get brother-in-law Nigel back in the fold. Oh.
Absolutely, we're gonna have to give him a job soon, mate. If he wants to actually work with you full time, that is. Sometimes I get the feeling he maybe doesn't. But anyway, yeah. Now, of course, we just mentioned it, but do stay tuned to the GCN app for those Giro Classic stages. There's some absolute belters coming up as well. Personally, I'm looking forward to Sunday's Colla della Finestra. I think it's the first of 2 times the Finestra is going to be in GCN Giro Classics. So yeah, it's such a great climb, that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, classic climb. I actually rode it once, but mistakenly went down it instead of up, which was a big mistake.
Nice.
I wouldn't recommend it. Lost my flip-flops.
Was that on your bike packing tour?
Yeah.
Lost your flip-flops. I'm guessing it was then.
I was so bumpy, so I was just got to the bottom and the flip-flops had fallen off.
Oh mate, bummer, absolute bummer. Right, do stay tuned to GCN over the coming week, and we will see you back here next week, won't you?
Yep. See you next week.